Hello everyone, welcome to your practice today. So this practice is lengthening and strengthening your hamstrings, and it's both for beginners and advanced students. So enjoy your practice. So we start in Virasana Hero's Pose. We take a block behind the ankles, and I quickly show that from the back. Take a block in between the ankles and squeeze the inner ankles against the block. So make sure the feet are not circling around the block. And then we take the knees almost together, take the hands behind your calves and sit down. Rock from side to side. Roll the shoulder heads back. Take your gaze forward, soften your gaze. Open your peripheral vision. And then gently close your eyes. Draw your gaze inward. Come to a place of silence. And know that self-care starts with silence. And not really serious spiritual silence, but more like the kind where you can hear the sounds around you. Where you can hear the sounds in the room, outside of the room, maybe your cars, or any other noises you hear outside, birds, children. And then in this pause, turn away from your phone and towards the soft humming of your sweetheart. Because before we can care for the self, we must find ourselves first. We must draw the awareness inside towards our deepest self. And we only find that in silence. Notice the sensations in your body. Notice the breath. Become aware of the smells. And then deepen and lengthen both the inhale and exhale. If you know your Ujjayi pranayama, constricting the glottis behind the throat, do so. Listen to the breath. Let the breath be audible for yourself. Keep sitting up tall. Keep reaching through the crown of the head. Let the breath become equal in length, samavriti. And then set an intention for your practice to take care of yourself in silence, and just listen, notice, be a witness to all that is. Bring your hands to the heart, bow your head, and honor that intention. And then release your hands, blink your eyes open, and we go down to the mat. So we lay down onto the mat and then have your 2 blocks on either side of your pelvis and have a belt ready. So here we are. Keep your left knee bent, take your right leg towards the ceiling, interlace your hands behind your right thigh. Press your right thigh against the hands, your hands into the right thigh. So simultaneously both have to happen. And then keep the natural curve in your lower back, straighten your left leg forward. Keep pressing your thigh into your hands. One more breath. And then exhale, bend your right knee, keep it bent and take your left leg towards the ceiling. Same actions here. Take your hands and press them into your left thigh. Press your left thigh against the hands. Straighten your right leg forward. Reach through the heel, flex the toes. And very slowly bend that right knee. And then bend your left knee, bend both knees, sorry. And then take your belt and take it on top of your right leg. Again, we draw the femur bone down into the socket and make sure we don't take the leg too close over the nose. So I still want to keep the lower back lifted, the natural curve there. Draw the right outer hip to the front of the mat, straighten the left leg. Externally rotate that right leg, keep the left hip grounded as you take your right leg over to the right side. And I have my block here on the side so that the left hip doesn't float up. And inhale, lift the left leg back up. And then take both belt ends into the left hand and take your right leg just over the midline over to the left. And draw the outer foot take her towards the right ankle so that the sole of the foot is parallel to the ceiling. The inner foot reaches up. Meanwhile, you keep the left leg really active. And come back to the center and take the left leg up. Release the right leg. Same actions here. Draw the left outer hip to the front of the mat. Root down the femur bone, the thigh bone down into the socket, straighten the right leg. And externally rotate the left leg and take your left leg over to the left. Uh-oh, I don't have space. I need to move a little bit. Again, the block helps me to keep the pelvis in neutral. Keep the right leg really active. Breath is even in both inhales and exhales. Inhale, bring your leg back to the center. And I move myself over again into the center of the mat. Take the right hand onto the belt and take the left foot just over the center line. And again, inner foot reaches up towards the ceiling. I kind of kink the left ankle. One more breath. All right, and come back to the center and release the belt. Bring both knees into the chest. Take your belt away. Massage your lower back. And then lower your feet down to the mat. Outer arms move down. Lengthen the tailbone forward and lift the pelvis up. If you like, interlace your hands underneath your back. Keep pressing down into your feet. Chin is lifted away from the chest is lifted towards the chin. Inner thigh soft, groins are soft. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release back down. From here, knees into the chest, and we rock forward and come up onto our hands and knees. Spread your fingers, root down into your wrists, crown of the head forward. With the inhalation, lift the tailbone, belly down, heart forward. And exhale, round your spine, tuck your tailbone down. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, round. Come into neutral, step your right leg back. Lift the right leg parallel to the mat. Take your right leg over to the left and bend over to the left side. Press back through that heel. Inhale, back to the center, lift the right leg up. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, lower down. Straighten the left leg back. Lift it parallel to the mat. Take it over to the left side. Bend over to the left. Take it over to the right side, sorry. Bend over to the right. Nothing is perfect. Nothing. And come back to the center. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, straighten. One more time. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, lower the knee down to the mat. Walk your knees back a little bit. Spread your fingers, curl your toes under. Lift up and back, come into a downward dog with bent knees. Lengthen your torso. And then one by one, release the right heel down to the mat. Bend your right knee again, release your left heel down. And again, 5. Release the right heel. Bend your right knee, release the left heel. Keep your awareness. Right heel goes down. Left heel goes down. And then very slowly lift the gaze and walk your feet forward in between the hands. Come halfway up, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, press down into your feet, come all the way up, and exhale to the heart. Let's take the 2 blocks here And we step the right leg back. Again, we press through the heel. Lift the right inner thigh towards the ceiling, shoulder heads move back. With the exhalation, lower the right knee down to the mat. Take a blanket underneath your knee if you need to. Pull your right knee, left heel towards each other. Hug your outer hips in and inhale. Reach your arms towards the sky. With the exhalation, take your hands down onto the blocks or down to the mat, or how far down you want to go. Rock back. Straighten the left leg. Pull your left heel and the right knee towards each other. With the next inhale, lift back up. Exhale, take your hands down, straighten the left leg. Inhale, lift back up. And exhale, take your hands down, straighten the left leg. And come back up. From here, straighten the back leg, lift the heart, and step your right leg forward to meet the left. Come halfway up, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Grab your elbows, slightly bend your knees, or straighten the legs. Shift forward. Take your forearms on top of the crown of the head and lift your upper body parallel to the mat. Exhale, navel center falls. Draws in, release your hands, take them onto the blocks and step your left-legged giant step back. Reach the heart forward, press back through the heel. And then exhale, lower the left knee down to the mat. Make sure you have a nice distance between the right heel and left knee. Pull your right heel, left knee towards each other and inhale, rise up. Anjaneyasana. Anchor your tailbone down and forward. Exhale, take your hands down and straighten your front leg. Pull your right heel, left knee towards each other. Come forward and lift up. Exhale, take your hands down, straighten the front leg. Inhale, rock forward and up. Exhale, take your hands down and back. Inhale, come forward and up. Take your hands down, straighten the back leg. And then step your left leg forward to meet the right. Come halfway up, lengthen. Exhale and fold. This time, take your hands behind your kneecaps, grabbing your elbows. Press back into your forearms. Lift the shoulder heads. Shake your head yes and shake it no. Again, shift slightly forward towards your ball mounts. Breathe into your hamstrings. If this is not possible, take your hands in front and release. Inhale halfway. Take your thumbs into your hip creases. Slightly bend your knees and come all the way up to standing. Take your hands towards the sky. Exhale to the heart. And then we stand towards the long edge of the mat. Grab the blocks. Step your feet apart. Come on to the tippy toes of your right foot. Take your right femur bone out to the right side. Left heel slightly back. Align your heel to arch. Let the pelvis be in an angle as you bend your knee. Lengthen the inner groins on your right leg. Top of the left thigh bone back. Heart aligns with the pelvis. Take your arms out to the side. Your gaze over your right middle finger. Release your left hand down your left leg, right arm over. Take your left hand behind you, grab your right outer hip and start straightening your right leg. Reach forward with the right hand. Reach, 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 lengthen. Release your right hand onto your right leg or behind the right leg onto a block. Press the back ribs into your left forearm. Draw the back of the skull back. Left hand towards the ceiling. Draw the right shoulder head back. Left shoulder head back. And exhale, lower the left hand down. Slightly bend your knees. Walk over, straighten the legs again. Come halfway up. Exhale and fold. Grab your big toes, elbows out to the side, let the head go. Shoulder heads lift. Inhale, halfway up. Take your hands onto your hip creases, slightly bend your knees, come all the way up. Turn your left femur bone out to the left side, right heel back. Bend your front knee. Arms up by your side, relax your shoulders. Release your right hand down your right leg, lift the left. Take your right hand behind you, grab your left outer hip, and very slowly start straightening your left leg. Tilt your pelvis, reach forward. Lower the left hand onto a block, rotate the chest open, right hand towards the ceiling. And exhale, lower the right hand down to the mat. Walk your hands forward again. Square the pelvis. I have to move back a little bit. Come halfway up. Exhale and fold. Take the outer edges of your feet parallel. Shoulder heads lift. Shift forward. Elbows are stacked on top of your wrists, either with the hands down or hands onto the blocks. Breathe into your hamstrings. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen. Take your hands back onto your hips, slightly bend your knees, come all the way up. And then heel toe or hop your feet back together. Come to the top of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms towards the sky. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, walk your feet back. Downward facing dog. Take an inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower the knees down to the mat. Take your feet to the side and sit down. Take the blocks to the side. If you need a blanket, take a blanket underneath your sit bones. It always helps to lift the sit bones, the back of the sit bones up a little bit. Bring your pinky toe side towards you. Sit up very tall. Take your right hand underneath your right knee, bring it in. We go into Chanursesasana. If this knee is lifted, take a block underneath that knee. Flex the toes, draw the left outer hip back, right hand towards the ceiling. Hinge forward. Take your right hand to the outside of your left calf, ankle or foot. Cross your left hand over, fold forward. Inhale, lift the gaze and walk your hands back. Bring your right knee in. Have some space between your right foot and the left leg. Sit up very tall. Take your hands back towards the sky. Hinge forward. Take your right arm out to the right side. Internally rotate that arm. Take your hand behind you. Take your left hand behind you. Grab your right wrist. Reach the heart forward. Breathe. Notice the stillness in your heart. Notice the stillness in your mind. As you keep your awareness on your breath, the sensations, the sounds, the smells. Release your hands, take them towards the ceiling. Exhale, twist over to the right side. Sit up very tall, hug your knee in. Keep reaching through the crown of the head. We want to make sure we are not leaning back, so keep sitting up tall. And inhale, come back to the center, unwind, go over to the left. And come back to the center. Slide your right leg forward. Take your left knee in. Come into Chanushesasana. Take the foot to the instep of your right leg. Again, if the knee is lifted up, take a block, support it. Draw the right outer hip back. Left hand towards the ceiling. Bring your heart towards the straight leg and take your hand to the calf, ankle, or grab your foot. Lengthen up, exhale and fold, cross your arm over. If this is not possible, just take a belt here, holding on to the belt with a straight spine. And very slowly walk your hands back. Take your left hand underneath your left knee, bring that in. Root down into the foot, have some space between your foot and your right side. Right hand, left hand towards the ceiling. Exhale, hinge forward. Stay here or take your left arm around your left knee. Take your right hand behind you and grab your left wrist. Reach the heart forward. And slowly release and come all the way up. Exhale. Twist over to the left side, reach through the crown of the head, hug your knee in, right leg is active, and inhale, come back to the center, unwind, and come back to the center. Take your left leg forward, shake out your legs a little bit. Add on another practice of mine. Add on a Shavasana. Or just sit in a cross-legged position for a while and meditate. Thank you for being here today. Namaste. I honor your spirit, I honor your heart, and I'm very grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Please subscribe to my channel and press the like button. Thank you.